Hey guys, last week I did that video on Prehistoric too, but I messed up the audio, so I thought I could make up for it by doing a sort of commentary on the video, so at least you know what I was thinking when I played the game. So, we're going to start now. I went through the tutorial first just to make sure I know all the controls, but it's pretty much all the same as the original game. Really nerfed the shockwave stomp though. A little upset about that, but it's fine. They gave you the ability to pick up and throw stuff, which is awesome. I love picking up and throwing stuff. Throwing stuff is kind of overpowered. Enemies that take 3 hits go down in 1 shot if you throw something. Sliding is still a little finicky, but it's manageable. Anyways, but now onto the actual gameplay. I like the addition of the health bar, but they don't really have like a proper life system. Instead, it's once you run out of HP, you start losing the little symbols above the health bar. So, it's like you lose your health bar, then you can only take 5 more hits, and if you lose out on that, you have to restart, but when you restart, you get all your HP back, so it's not as bad as the original game, but there's no real way to restore your HP, so a little bothersome. Enemies are still a little hard to avoid sometimes. Anyways, and then they added this thing, where it's like, I kind of thought it was a bomb, and it also ended up being a bomb. I'm a little surprised they didn't put a fuse on it or something. Eventually I found the boulder you're supposed to blow up. I was kind of upset you have to go get another bomb to destroy the boulder, but it's nothing to worry about. So we'll just skip ahead, fall through the hole. Then we meet this thing, who's like a giant bird or something, and he wants a mushroom. Get my trusty skull. Make sure I've got a weapon. See, that enemy goes down in 3 hits. I beat him in 1, because I had the skull. It also makes it so you don't have to get close to enemies and risk taking damage. Yeah, I didn't have enough time to hit that guy, so I had to change things up a little bit. Got that one though. Then we get the mushroom. Drop my skull, pick up the mushroom, almost get hit by a boulder, but we're alright. We give him the mushroom, and I guess the true plot of the game begins. Judging by those rainbows and all the crazy stuff that happens, I think the entire game is an acid trip. We're drunk. Okay, but then we get to the flying section, which is super bizarre and was kind of neat, but the hitbox on the ship is too big, and I ended up dying at this section. Took a lot of damage. But yeah, 100 eggs, restore your stuff. Right, I didn't know I could shoot it first, because the buttons are just a little bit inconsistent, but yeah, I eventually make it through here. Then we get to the cool part. The spaceship becomes a spider mech. This one was a little awkward though, because you get guns, and you can't shoot those guys until you knock off the pearl, and you have to hit them with the flash water to get the pearl off, and then you have to shoot them. And the shooting is very effective, but the whole swatting the pearl and not being able to swat them after you knock off the pearl is a little awkward. Really confused by what those things are. I guess they're like grubs or something. Giant grubs. Abandon my poor robot. Navigate this spaceship, I guess. Find a bomb. Had to get a little creative, but it didn't really help because the bomb doesn't damage things on contact. And then I found this thing, and I was like, man, I gotta get 3 bombs in a row, gotta go all the way back. Luckily, the designers considered that, and they said instead of 3 bombs, how about just 1? So yeah, that was nice. Good design choice in my opinion. And then we get to excitement. Hang on, maybe not excitement yet. No, never mind, this is it. The first boss. Knocks down rocks, pops up on screen, looks like a giant bullet. I was kind of confused, but if the game's just an acid trip, then like it doesn't really matter. It's weird. But yeah, you can't damage him by jumping or stomping. You have to wait for him to come at you. He'll spit out a bomb. So you have to throw the bomb at him, which will stun him. You'll probably see it in a sec here, except I blow myself up. He usually spawns on one side of the screen or the other, so it's not too hard to figure out where he's gonna be. You just have to be fast, because he doesn't stick around for long. And then you can stomp him. As you can see, I was a bit delayed because I didn't know what I was doing. And then when you finally beat him, something fun happens. And he drops an orb, which makes you even more powerful. I thought the yellow design was really cool. Big ol' robot, don't know what the deal is with that. But changing from red to yellow was really cool in my opinion. And then you get a speed boost and a higher jump. I think you can also double jump, but that might come later. I don't know if I had it since the beginning, because I didn't bother to try jumping a second time. But yeah, you stay like this for the rest of the game. It's pretty interesting. Mix things up a bit in the gameplay. Of course I died because I didn't see that enemy coming. Yeah, and then we get on this thing, which is like a teleporter, I guess. I doubt we're on a spaceship again, because we were already on a spaceship, so I guess this is just underground or an ice level. I'll admit, for having the new form, the gameplay doesn't really ramp up or anything. Stays pretty normal. And there's a diamond, because I was like, are there any diamonds in this game? And there's a diamond. They are still in the game. I just couldn't really find more than one. Yeah, and I think that's when I figured out I could double jump. And then I accidentally defeat an enemy. I guess I was a little too close to him when I landed. It also seems like your stomp attack becomes a little more powerful, because those blue enemies that take 3 hits go down in 2 hits now. Oh, never mind. That was just the one earlier. They still take 3 hits. The game is a little awkward sometimes. But we're coming up on the end of the game. We just go through crazy magical land. Sliding, some jumping. And then we get to the final boss, which I don't really know what it is. It's the bird thing. But it's got like that white spike on its face. Is it a beard or is it a spike, a horn? I can't imagine it's the beak, because the red part is the mouth. So it must just be a beard. Anyways, the fight can be a little tricky. You have to jump on his head, but you have to avoid the lasers he spits out. So you really want to play it safe so you don't, get a game over and start over all over again. And then once he gets far enough away, he'll do a body slam attack on the arena and you can stomp on him. Just gotta be careful you're not under him, as I'm sure you'd expect. Well, that's basically it. You play your cards right, attack him as safe as you can. Not much to it. He'll be dead very soon. And making us go through a crazy acid trip, he deserves it. And he sprouts this mushroom, and all of a sudden, everything is undone. And bam, the game is over. Yeah, the game was weird, but it was a huge improvement on the original, and I quite enjoyed myself. Hope you enjoyed this commentary, hope it made up for last week's video. I still plan on making another video to go with this. Besides that, don't forget to check out Blue Maximus Flashpoint if you want to get an archive of Flash games to play for yourself. And that is gonna wrap things up. I will see you next time.